A newly published Ipsos Reid survey suggests that 90% of Canadian young adults are feeling stressed about careers and money. The study demonstrated that young adults were more likely than older Canadians to be underemployed, overworked, and in part-time jobs. And those who are part-time laborers are more likely to succumb to work-related stress. Analysts observe that with the globalization of corporate power, global elites are able to blackmail governments into affording them concessions, such as deregulated labor laws. This, such analysts say, has a direct impact on emerging generations of workers, who can be hired and fired more easily. Thus, young workers are increasingly finding themselves in precarious employment situations, with the comfortable job for life largely being a relic of a bygone era.
You know, when people feel this frustration and this hopelessness and, you know, this kind of like an anger building up inside, this can create the spark for change. So there could be some positive things that will come out of the youth who feel as though their country is not supporting them.
Analysts link the anxiety among youth about their careers to Canada's expensive, corporatized post-secondary education system.
The youth of today have it more difficult than their parents. Let's be honest. They have it much more difficult. A post-secondary education 50 years ago did not cost near as much as it does today. And you can't blame that on inflation, because inflation doesn't rise that much. We've had increases into 5 and 10,000s at a time. That's not inflation. That's just pure extortion. Let's be honest. We are being extorted for education, and that is where the problem lies.
They've kind of got you in a very interesting situation, because you have the best of intentions when you go for your post-secondary education. And then you enter the workforce and you don't have that kind of freedom of choice, because you have, like I said, that looming debt over your head. So corporations and perhaps the government has you right where they want you, so that some would say that the workforce is a modern form of slavery.
In recent months, Canada has seen a rise in student activism, most notably in Quebec, where students were able to oust the Jean Charest government and stop proposed tuition fee hikes. Analysts predict that the increased oppression of Canadian youth will engender a spike in such student activism in the near future. Joshua Blakeney, Press TV, Calgary.